Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And according to this website, Bluesky is a hateful place in a downward spiral.
Oh, no, you don't say.
Yeah, we could have told you that.
Yeah, purity test, you're never pure enough.
You're never pure enough. Yeah, and it's not just, this comes from Hot Air, which I think is a right-leaning publication. But it's not just the right-leaning publications. Here we have, Bluesky has a death threat problem from Signal. We have Wired. Bluesky can't take a joke. People getting canceled for making jokes.
Imagine that. Never would have guessed it on Bluesky. Never would have seen that coming.
Bluesky is basically Twitter, peak Twitter 2017 in a bottle.
Times 100.
Times 100. It's basically the worst people, the worst cancel culture vultures that left back when Musk bought it, and they have their own little echo chamber now. And even left-wing celebrities, like they were harassing Mark Hamill, they were harassing Rob Reiner.
Yeah,
I mean, you're never good
enough. Deserved it, honestly. Like Mark Hamill deserved it. I mean, just because it's called karma. You know what I'm saying? It's karma.
Yeah, Mark Hamill spends all of his time now complaining about Trump, and I'd rather see more Star Wars
basically
fans.
That. Bluesky is just, people that are perpetually triggered looking for things to police to be triggered by. But now they're on Bluesky doing the exact same thing and turning on their own.
So, speaking of assholes, guys, this video is brought to you by Orcs Are A-Holes. Go out to badorcs.com. And before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is like, some people thrive on it. They're like, golly gee willikers, if only Twitter 2017 still existed someplace on the internet, and that's basically what this is, right? Mm-hmm. But this is coming from Hot Air. They're talking about a recent Pew Research Center analysis said that many news influencers have Bluesky accounts. I'm one of them, but that, like me, 2/3 post irregularly. So this is the Washington Post. It's Megan McArdle. I don't know who they are. I have no idea. But this is a Washington Post writer. They said, by contrast, more than 8% still post on X. Engagement on Bluesky appears to have peaked in mid-November. It's down 50%, and the decline shows no sign of leveling out. This probably explains why we're seeing all these articles coming out about how great Bluesky is. Everybody's moving to Bluesky. Yeah, they peaked when a lot of people rage quit, basically. Anyone who was paying attention could have told you that. Everybody left because of Trump getting reelected, and then they left in January, and before that people left because they don't like Elon Musk, and I mean, again, this is an echo chamber. This is all the people that were pissed off at X, and really there's not a whole lot of them, right? I mean, the worst offenders, we're talking, I think they peaked at like 35 million users or something like that. And X still has like 600 million.
Well, I was going to say, like, they thought they were going to go and start this new social media platform because they're mad because they lost it to Elon Musk. They felt like they feel that the election was lost because of Twitter, which really wasn't why. However, the first time they were leveraging the heck out of that, which, and banning people they didn't like and who, all that stuff, which did happen as they proved later. But they want to start their own because they're going to get that one built up and then use it to take over the election. It's like, it's not going to work because one, you don't have enough people there, and two, the people you have are just so busy eating each other and not in a fun way. So it's going to be, it's just going to be a cluster.
It's a lot of people eating ass over there, each other's posts. So this is, this is really interesting. Again, this is coming from a Washington Post journalist. The people who migrated to Bluesky tend to be those who feel the most visceral disgust for Musk and Trump, plus a smattering of those who are merely curious, and another smattering who are tired of the AI slop and unregenerate, is that what they said? Racism that increasingly pollutes X because the Musk, that's debatable, but yeah.
I was going to say debate, but which side are we talking about here?
Right. Because the Musk and Trump haters are the largest and most passionate group. Is that what we're calling it? The result is something of an echo chamber. This is coming from Washington Post. An echo chamber where it's hard to get positive engagement unless you're saying things progressives want to hear. Yes. And where the negative engagement on things they don't want to hear could be intense. That's true even for content that isn't political. This guy is a professor at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School who studies AI. He recently announced that he'll be limiting his Bluesky posts on AI because you talk about it on Bluesky, you're going to get attacked. He says too fraught.
Well, yeah, it's because you're not allowed to talk about anything. There's no discussion. There's no discourse. It's just you post something they don't like. They're triggered. They go after you. The end.
They said it's off-putting for folks who aren't already rather progressive, and that creates a threefold problem for the ones who dream of getting the old band back together. It's not going to happen. We're all too polarized now. It's not going to happen. Actually, if you're going to roll it back, I would have rolled Twitter back to pre-2012. Like the first couple of years were great. Cat photos and artwork. That's pretty much it.
It was like that. It was like that before the election, and after the election,
after 2016,
it just became.
it was, yeah.
Well, no, I mean Twitter. I'm not saying Twitter. I'm saying Bluesky. I was trying to beat
Bluesky,
Twitter,
yeah,
like early 2012, and that's what it was before. The election and then the politics took over. I mean, I'd argue, Twitter was the same way, but it was okay until after the election, and then it just went completely feral.
Yeah, pretty much. They said that there's not enough user base for the company to become financially self-sustaining, or for liberals to amass the influence they once had on Twitter.
They won't pay for it either.
No, they're not going to. The people that you're attracting, all these free platforms. I mean, look at all the screeching that happened on Reddit, right? Like old Reddit, people didn't have any problem kicking over a couple of bucks a month for gold to help pay for the servers, because most of the people that used Reddit were tech savvy. I was on Reddit pretty much at the beginning. And then you start to see the change with all the the wokies coming in.
Influx of
communists, socialists. They don't want to pay for anything, but they want a platform. Yeah, exactly.
The people that are doing this idiot paid for blue check are the ones that are on Bluesky now, and you're gonna be like, why aren't they paying for anything?
Exactly, and they're all about the blue checks now. They want people to have blue checks on their side. They said they accumulated power by shaping the contours of a conversation that include a lot of non-progressives on Bluesky. They're talking amongst themselves. They said they're not. Mark Cuban, who's left, said Bluesky has grown ruder and more hateful, and warned the lack of diversity of thought on the platform is pushing users back to X, the social network formerly known as Twitter. He said engagement went from great conversations on many topics to agree with me or you're a Nazi fascist. Oh my God.
You know what? Welcome to our world, Mark. Welcome.
Even if you agree with 95% of what a person is saying, there's one point that you might call out as being more of a gray area. They will call you a fascist. This is exactly what pushed a lot of people further right, because they looked at the left and they were like, oh my God, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm the bad guy anyway. So I might as well roll with it.
They're doing it to these people now. And it's like, they're just now getting a taste of it. It's been going on for years, but y'all sat there and thought it was okay when it benefited you, but now they're coming for you too. Because there's people that if they eat everybody else and they kick them off, they're so used to patrolling and that they're the police of whatever platform that if they're on Bluesky and it leans way more left, they still have to find somebody to get. Because that's like their dopamine hit. That's like their job. Some of them, that's literally all they do all day. And you're like, they're trying to find people who have the wrong think. So even if you are the same side as them and you agree with 99% of the things they agree with, if there's one thing you say, usually over a cartoon or something stupid like that, and they will, start calling you names and doing everything that he's talking about. But it's just, you're just now seeing it because they're coming for you now. They already went for everybody else years ago.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Then he put this post up, and people, of course, went ape on him. They said, go wipe your crocodile tears with a wad of hundreds, you twat. People are over the idea of cool billionaires. Another post, which Cuban also reposted, says, like, you, a billionaire, are a despicable bastard. We want you to stop pushing AI and big business here and just go away. That's what happened to Mark Hamill. That's what happened. But like, all it took for him to get pushback was say, hey, I'm in the King of Kings. Go see the movie.
Because Christians are the devil, even though it's funny because some of the other religions they're fine with and they're out there supporting, would push them off a building. Just saying.
Wow. So there's another article on Slate called Blue Scold. Blue Scold. Oh my God, Blue Scold. It's time to admit that the most promising refuge from X is in a frustrating downward spiral.
No kidding.
What the hell is going on here? They wouldn't admit this a couple of months ago. We've been following this. And we're like, oh my God, it's literally the worst of 2017 Twitter. All in one place.
Living together. Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. But here's a piece from that. They said, if done correctly, this place could overcome Musk's terrible vision of far more hygienic environment. But this, unfortunately, perhaps unsurprisingly, the social media service liberals came up with was even worse than X. I'm talking about Bluesky.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about how
not surprising. Not surprising at all if you've been around.
No, Bluesky's preservation of Obama-era liberalism has brought with it some of the coalition's most unsavory tendencies: the exasperating pedantry, the god-awful reaction gifts, the ridiculous instinct to audit the ideological purity of every one of its users.
So basically, what they're pissed about now is what drove a lot of people away from their side and everything else before. It's just that they didn't see it then, but now that they're seeing it, well, this sucks. And it's like,
yeah, it does suck. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, right? These people to have complete control with no pushback whatsoever. These are not normal people. These are the worst of Twitter. But yeah, they said that all humor is reflexively punished. They made a joke about the grandma, hey grandma, let's get you to bed, whatever meme, that thing on Bluesky. And they called out Bluesky. And they're like, how dare you make an ageist joke or whatever. I'm like, the place is beyond parody. They said,
I'm not surprised.
They said they know people have dropped out after finding that none of their non-politics articles or posts ever take off. Yeah, that's true. They just want anti right-wing stuff. Hasn't become the live experience that was so essential to old Twitter. Things did get popping during the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, Super Bowl, but it's few and far between. It's basically just all politics all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine that. All the people that were like pulling this shit on Twitter, because and not because they were told they couldn't talk about it anymore, but because they couldn't stand Elon Musk. They all jumped ship to this thinking it was the far, far, far left alternative. Yeah, and it was, and everybody went there, and then you met the crazies that were driving everybody to vote Republican over on X.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's not doing well. I can't imagine any normal person wanting to go over there. I mean, I watch from a distance. I've never posted over there. I have an account. I was actually on the list to get in early, and I was watching it to see what would happen. At first, like you said, it wasn't that bad, but then once all the crazies went over after the election, it's like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm touching this place with a 10-foot pole. Good luck with that. So it's gonna be done. They're like, we're not going to sell out to some big corporation. I'm like, then die on the vine, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and you got exactly what you wanted, so I don't want to hear it.
It's not sustainable. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.